So we've seen a narrative recently about LeBron James. I've seen a narrative that, LeBron James is going to go to the Houston Rockets. Because LeBron James is not quite yet the GOAT, maybe he's going to go to the Houston Rockets, and that will give him a better shot of being the greatest basketball player of all time. And it seems widely believed that the next step for LeBron James is to go to the Houston Rockets. Did I say Golden State Rockets? I meant Houston Rockets. So my first question is, does winning rings, if LeBron James goes to Houston and wins multiple championships, does that actually make him the GOAT? So if LeBron James goes to Houston, he will have won championships in Cleveland, Miami, and then also Houston. He'll have at least 4, probably 5 championships, if he can do that, if he can win 5. And I don't know. I don't know that that's certainly the way for LeBron James to become the greatest of all time. And that made me ask, okay, so what does LeBron James actually have to do? What does LeBron James have to do to make me consider him the greatest basketball player of all time? So to me, there's 2 big things I can't get past. LeBron James needs to at least win 5 championships. I would prefer if LeBron James won 6 or 7. Because again, Michael Jordan has 6 rings. I don't care about perfect, but he has more rings than LeBron James. I think if LeBron James can win 5 championships, if he's won 5 championships in 3 different cities, and he's got a longer career where he was at peak performance, I think that, to me, makes LeBron James the greatest of all time. But he should have something like 12 finals appearances, because let's be honest, if he has 5 rings, a longer, better career, all the stats, and he went to twice as many finals appearances as Michael Jordan, whether he won them or not, that says to me, yeah, he's the greatest of all time. But I'll say this, if LeBron James does go to Houston, he's going to get a lot of flack and a lot of criticism. Here are the main criticisms I believe LeBron James would receive if he goes to Houston. First off, everybody's going to say this. Everybody's going to say, LeBron James is cherry-picking championships. He joined a better team, and he became a mercenary, and he only went places where he had a chance to maybe win a championship. I wouldn't fault him for that. I don't think that's a bad thing to pursue championships. Isn't that kind of the best thing you would want to do? Don't forget, Kevin Durant did the exact same thing. And you could even argue when Michael Jordan came back from baseball, well, didn't he go chase a championship with the Bulls? See, every year Michael Jordan played, he chased a championship. And every year LeBron James is doing everything he can to win a championship. I don't fault him for going to different places. In fact, I believe winning in multiple places is even more difficult than what Michael Jordan did. See, Michael Jordan had the same coach every time. He had the same owners, same organization, most of the same people. Not all. I understand there were some small changes around Michael Jordan, but look at how many different people, if LeBron James can win a championship in Houston, how many different people will have contributed to each of his championships. Imagine destroying your car and rebuilding it every time you had to win a race. Every time you built a race, you had to completely rebuild your car from scratch. That's what LeBron James has done. If he goes to Houston and wins a championship, different coach, different people, different owners, different general managers, different players. Michael Jordan never dealt with that kind of change, and winning with multiple systems is incredibly, incredibly hard. So, if LeBron James can go to Houston and win 2 championships, hey, for me, it's it. For me, that'd be everything. He'd have the better stats. He'd have only 1 less championship. I'd prefer LeBron won 6 or 7, so even haters they couldn't argue anymore. All they would have left is, he was perfect, and it'd be like, well, yeah, okay, whatever. But I do believe if LeBron can go to Houston and win 2 championships, he'd finish with 5, he'd have better stats, he'd have basically a longer career at his peak. That would tell me LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you like it, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube. And if you really like this podcast, help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about this show.